You'll work hard to get into a video. Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be planting this camellia. This species is called handelii, and this variety is called snowbells. This one has pink buds that open white. This is a camellia that I've wanted for a while. It's an interesting species, not quite as cold hardy as some other Camellia sasanquas or Camellia japonicas that you more commonly see in the landscape here in the South. It's hardy in like 7B to 10, some people even say 8. I have found it quite cold hardy in this container through this winter. It's been outside most of the winter, and Holly's going to block the view of what we're doing here. I have protected it on the coldest nights because it is in this container, and I am bringing it up here closer to the house because of that. This camellia is unique for a few reasons. The flowers are definitely slightly smaller than what you would see on some other camellia types, but they're fragrant. But they're camellia fragrant. I want to say that. They're not like overwhelmingly gardenia, edgeworthy, osmanthus type fragrance. You have to get up to them and smell them, and I kind of like that. My sniffer is a little too powerful, so lightly fragrant is perfect for me. These have pink buds that open white. You can see how it kind of has a little perfect habit to it. It has a kind of a slightly open weeping habit, but it can be kept kind of fuller and more tidy looking than some other camellias as well. The flowers start down lower on the branches in February, like this, and slowly but surely they open up along the branches all the way to the top. You can have as many as, right here, between these two leaves right here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flower buds. That is super, super unique. And they just keep opening up slowly up the branch during February and March. Really a beautiful plant. Super, super showy, not because the size of each individual flower, but the overall number of flowers that you get on this particular one. I'm going to get it in the ground in this space again. There's actually behind me, there's an azalea here that's in bloom. Had a frost the other night that kind of knocked it back some, but this is going to be a porch beside me eventually. So with this raised porch, it'll be right in a corner ultimately. So I'm going to get it in the ground. The way I started this garden was there was a layer of compost put down, and then I've mulched several times since. So when I pull back this hardwood mulch, I actually have a layer of compost down there that gets mixed in while I'm planting. I do have clay soil, especially in this front garden space, and so I do raise everything up just a bit. Also, I would raise everything up regardless of where you are, at least a little bit, because typically, like I dug this hole too deep, and then I had to put some soil back in there, which I tamped back down a little bit, but sometimes that soil can still compact a little more and your plants can actually sink some. I see that frequently, plants sinking a bit, after they're planted. So again, it's elevated, and this is one I've really been after for a little while. I did see this on Camellia Forest website. I don't know if they still have any at this point, but I know this is one that they grow if you're interested in a place where you could actually find this one. I love the foliage on this plant. I love the flowers on this plant. I also love, in the winter, it gets a little bit of a purplish hue to the foliage, and then when the new growth comes out in the spring, it has kind of a bronzy look to it. I like the compact habit of it, the kind of weeping open habit. This plant will eventually get 10 feet in height, but it's going to be a very, very long time before that happens. So not worried about that at all. If it needs to be pruned, it can be lightly pruned after it flowers in the it's, like I say, it's going to bloom February, March, maybe into early April, depending on how cold the winter is. And then it could be lightly pruned. If you get a crazy limb on it, that can be pruned off whenever. I fertilize all of my shrubs in February, March with some sort of organic fertilizer. And that's it. Really not any maintenance to do on this plant. Again, this one's called snowbells. And you'll see why once you see these flowers along the stem. Thanks for watching.